What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I did want to make a video today going over what is the final update in the Crew 2. I know that probably sounds a bit insane because this is actually going to be the Year 6 update. This game has actually been out that long, so I do understand to a certain extent that yes, it is probably time to move on to Motorfest, start bringing more updates to that game or all kinds of new stuff for that matter. I did want to go over the main page here on the actual website, which I will leave a link in the description if you actually want to check some more of this stuff out here. But starting right off, guys, the first thing on this, today we are releasing our 18th free update on the Crew 2 Mad Volume 2. This marks a new step of Year 6 for the game, in which we are giving you the keys to be able to create or recreate your favorite driving experiences. And then after that, we have this new update will introduce exciting new content improvements like the race creator for boats and planes, new challenges, and numerous experiences that we hope you'll thoroughly enjoy. Our intention is to give you the tools to continue unleashing your creativity and designing your own experiences in the vast world of the Crew 2. After that, guys, we're going to have Bad Volume 2 is also an opportunity for us to show you the future of the Crew 2, which I do have a feeling I think a lot of players might end up knowing exactly where this is going. During Year 6, selected content will begin to reappear in the game, such as previous live summits, theme weeks, or rewards. This system is the first step towards automating the content deployed in the game, aiming to ensure a continuous and renewed weekly experience by leveraging the vast amount of activities and experiences that have been deployed over the past 6 years of live support. So I do have a feeling a lot of players know exactly what this does obviously mean that, well, the Crew 2 Mad Volume 2 is indeed going to be the last update for the game. I did see some people saying that the game's going to be updated until September. That is unfortunately not going to be true though. With all this content coming back and one of the most powerful tools we've ever deployed in the game, the Race Creator, every time you return to the game, the Crew 2 will have a different experience. Every week a live summit will return, selected from the hundreds of previous updates with associated rewards. Thanks to a new calendar integrated into the game, you will get the chance to enjoy seasonal activities you might have missed, and earn exclusive vehicles and other rewards in the years to come. So at least we do know the Crew 2 is obviously not ending like the Crew 1 did, and you will most likely be able to jump onto this game for a while and grab different cars, or just enjoy the entire game for what it is. The next part though, all the ecosystem of the game, including its hub menu, will be regularly and automatically updated, with the weekly recommendations of single player or multiplayer activities for you to play and enjoy. I will also show a picture on the screen of the current rotation. I'm guessing it's going to look something like this. The evolution of the new system is a way for us to let players enjoy a different experience every single week. Considering this, it's important to clarify that going forward, no new content will be added to the Crew 2 after March's update Mad Volume 2. So I would say this is probably going to be something a lot of players might go, well, wait a second, you can't just stop making updates for the game, you gotta keep doing stuff on it. I understand that, guys, but I have to admit the same thing, though. Motorfest obviously needs that torch, and I really do feel like, though, a lot of players are probably going to agree that, yes, Motorfest does have to be, the number one thing on the list. The game is going to be fairly new, being around 5 to 6 months old, so getting the proper updates out and most likely getting more content into the game is going to help it. While they probably should not be focusing on, two games or, updating the Crew 2 while trying to get new content out to Motorfest, that is most likely going to be splitting the resources a bit. And not only that though, I also feel like having all the resources into Motorfest is most likely going to bring a lot more updates, not only including hot fixes and things that obviously need to be fixed, like the crew issues, and also some of the other things like bigger updates being added or even more cars and more playlists and just all kinds of new content that they really can focus on. And on top of that though, guys, I also really believe we are most likely going to see some type of map expansion in the future. I really don't know when that might end up being. It could be in Season 4, it could be in Season 5, but I really do believe they are most likely going to add one. And one thing I also have to admit though is, yes, they are obviously not going to be updating the Crew 2 anymore. At least you can actually go on the game and do old activities and go after old vehicles you might have missed, and they are also going to be adding older summits. So if there is going to be any old summit vehicles you might have missed in the past, and at least at this point though, you will be able to jump back onto the Crew 2 and also grab some old vehicles if you might have missed them. Overall though guys, I would like to know your thoughts on this entire thing in the comments below. I would say right now that yes, the Crew 2 is going to be having no more updates, and don't get me wrong though, I do know it's probably going to make some players sad, but at the same time guys, I feel like this is going to be a pretty positive move. And the reason for that is a lot of this can now be focused on Motorfest to get better updates out. And I really do think like the overall possibility of like a bigger like map expansion is most likely going to happen in time. I do also gotta say guys, on a positive note, at least you'll be able to jump onto the Crew 2 and still do like old activities and some of the returning summits. And we all do know the game is still going to be active for years to come.